Hi everyone, Flavia here, and thank you so much for joining me today. It is finally December, can you believe that? And it is now time to open door number 1 of Spellbinder's 2025 Crafty Advent Calendar. Just so you know, the contents of this calendar are not Christmas themed, which means that we will be able to create with the contents of this Crafty Advent Calendar all year round, which is just outstanding. I will be recording one video for each one of these 24 doors, and I hope you get to join me every day as I count down to Christmas with this gorgeous Advent calendar. And if this calendar is still available for purchase, I will make sure to list it in the description box down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open door number 1. I'm gonna try to be careful opening it so I get to save these gorgeous designs. Notice here that in the back we actually get a sneak peek of the product inside, which is definitely a die set. So let me take this out and move this calendar out of the way so we can take a closer look. So here is the die set. We have 2 large pieces and 1, 2, 3, 4 small ones to cut out the details to create an adorable puppy, and we have a really sweet plate to cut out a sentiment that reads "I woof you." Isn't that cute? Perfect for creating Valentine's Day note cards. So to save you some time, I'm gonna pause this video, go ahead, die cut all of the needed pieces, and be right back. So here are all of the die cut pieces that we are able to cut out with the metal plates included on day 1 of Spellbinder's Crafty Advent Calendar. To glue all of these pieces together, I will be using the Bearly Art Glue, and since these are very small die cuts, I will also be using a wax pencil to help me pick up the really small pieces. So here is a closer look at the 2 adorable puppies that I was able to create with today's die set. And I also cut out the sentiment from Spellbinder's Mirror Gold cardstock, and that's the sentiment that I'm gonna be using for today's note card. By the way, to cut out this golden bone, I did use another die set, which is this one. This is an outstanding set by Spellbinders, and it was released as the March 2025 Die of the Month. This set has lots of wonderful plates, and I used this one to cut out the golden bone, and later I will be using this one to cut out an arched frame for the center of my note card. So now that I have my die cut pieces ready to go, I'm gonna set this aside and begin working on my card base. Today's note card is gonna be A2 size top folding, so it is gonna measure 5.5 inches tall by 4¼ inches wide. And I'm gonna begin by adding a little bit of interest to this note card by placing it inside an embossing folder folded so I can add texture to both sides of my note card. To create my sandwich for the embossing folder, I'm gonna begin with platform A, then on top I'm gonna add platform B, then the embossing folder with the note card folded inside the embossing folder, and on top of that I'm gonna add a clear C cutting plate. So here is the note card with the raised effect at the front and then the opposite in the back. And since we also have texture inside the note card, and because this is a very lightweight paper, I'm gonna go ahead and actually add 2 white panels inside. This way it's gonna make it feel heavier so it's not so flimsy, and we're also gonna have a smooth space to write a personal message later. Again, I'm gonna be using the Bearly Art glue to glue these panels inside my note card. By the way, these panels measure 5¼ inches tall by 4 inches wide, and I'm gonna add 1 on each side of my A2 size note card. Once this is done, I can go ahead and begin decorating the front of my note card. To do so, I am thinking about adding this arched panel, the red one, same color as my note card, and I also cut out a black frame. This is actually shimmery because I use Spellbinder's Black Shimmer cardstock, which is pretty nice. So I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin by adding the black frame first. And I'm gonna be using a clean cloth to help me press down this die cut and wipe off any excess glue that is oozing out. Once I have the black frame in place, I'm gonna go ahead and add this red arched panel. So now the plan is to add 1 die cut puppy, this one holding a golden bone, over this arched red panel, and somehow I'm gonna make this die cut sentiment fit in with this image. I will temporarily place the die cut pieces where I think I want it to go without using any liquid adhesive for now, and once I like the placement of the die cuts, I will go ahead and glue them in place with the Bearly Art glue. And now to embellish this note card, I have this tray full of die cut hearts, and I think I'm gonna use some of the red glitter ones to decorate my front panel. So again, I will begin by temporarily placing the die cut pieces where I think I want it to go, and once I am sure I like the placement, I will go ahead and add liquid glue in the back. So now that the note card is ready, I'm gonna set it aside and decorate the envelope. Here I have a black A2 size envelope, and I will decorate it by adding a piece of Mirror Gold cardstock strip to the flap of this envelope. To perfectly line up this cardstock strip to the edge of the flap of this envelope, I'm gonna place my envelope inside my scoring tool against this top edge, and then add the cardstock strip with glue in the back, also against this top edge of my scoring tool. I'm gonna hold it in place for a little while, and once I feel that the cardstock strip is glued in place, I'm gonna flip this and trim off the excess. Then, to make this envelope look even more finished, I'm gonna round the corners using a pair of scissors, like so, and then a sanding block to make it look even more perfect. After that, I will go ahead and add another die cut heart in the center of this envelope. And since I had die cut an extra bone, I will go ahead and add it inside the note card just for fun. As a final touch, I will use a clear glossy pen to add some shine to his nose as well as over his tongue. So here is a closer look at the completed note card, and I hope you enjoyed this video and felt inspired to create. Also, make sure to tune in tomorrow for the reveal of the surprise behind door number 2 of Spellbinder's 2025 Crafty Advent Calendar. I hope you have an amazing day, take care, and see you again soon.